Good morning, guys. My name is Andar, and it is a pleasure to be here with all of you today. This is part 2 of our show, 9 with Andar. Thank you for joining us. Thank you all for your likes and comments in the previous video. And what we're going to do, as we promised at the end of the previous video, is that we are going to start designing a space vehicle basically for pirates in this particular edition. So let me just put that in the comments. We are going to design a simple pirate theme vessel, an SV ship, in this video. So welcome to Empyrion creative mode. So the cool thing about Empyrion creative mode is that you can design pretty much whatever you want in this particular thing, in this particular system, and you can save it as a blueprint, which you guys can actually see here. The many blueprints that we have, you can make these blueprints, you can save them, you can go to your actual game live on the server and you can spawn them. So without further ado, let's do this. We'll lay down our block. And one thing you guys will see in all the parts that I have added to my toolbar in God mode is that all the unlock levels are 1, 3, 5. Nothing, there is no component I'm going to use today that is over level 5 unlock. The whole point being that it's got to be a simple ship that we can use anywhere, anytime. Get the job done, be piratey, raid some, loot some, take care of the enemies, and then get out. That's the whole idea. Okay, so here we have one thing you guys should do is in debug mode, reduce speed to 0 and make the global time something around 7 to 8,000 so that the sun is available and you guys can see what it is that you're doing. Adjust your monitor brightness so that you get the best quality. Always play around with the lights so that you get the optimum lighting. One way to do it is to look at the sun's shadow on the ground and adjust it so that the sun is directly overhead and you get the best possible lighting for your ship. Now, the components that you lay down don't have to be actually connected to the starter block. You can just go to N, just a moment. Yeah, so well, I should be able to connect it. Okay, it seems for some reason it doesn't want to do that for spaceships. Okay, so it doesn't matter. We're still going to get this done. So first we're going to lay down a bunch of carbon composite blocks. So the inner core of the spaceship is going to be super simple. It's going to be carbon composite, easy peasy, right? And we're going to immediately paint our stuff. Where is my multi-tool? Where is my multi-tool? Thank you. So we're going to do that, go to retrieve, get rid of the blocks here. Basically, you need maximum protection for your core so that it doesn't get blown up by enemies. But I always like to start my builds by deciding what sort of cockpit I'm going to put in. Because the cockpit I put in is ultimately going to decide how my ship is going to look. So we're going to have legacy cockpits, which I'm not completely fond of in many cases. I like this narrow mount cockpit, but sometimes it's just not good. Yeah, we'll build it around this little one here. Start by putting her like so. In fact, I'm going to show you guys another technique for raising your cockpit in creative mode so that you can build a lot easier. So let's go get a cockpit from there, and then we're going to go through the same steps again. We're going to put that right, and then you press the page up key and take it into the air as high as you want and lay it down. Once you're done, it is automatically connected to the device, to the CPU core, and you can do, well, you can pretty much do whatever you feel like after that. You can remove these blocks. That's it. I keep wondering, where's the... Oh yeah, there's the T2. Right, much better. Okay, so now that we have this, we're going to build a base around this. We're going to insert everything, including a spare core to protect, you know, to protect the structure and stuff. Now, the whole philosophy that we're going to follow at this point is lean and mean, right? We don't want to start making stuff that's just really complex or difficult to recreate, or something that's just much too huge for our ambitions. We don't really want to do that. So the components that we got to lay down are your O2 tanks, fuel tanks, containers, thrusters, whatever, you know, controllers, all of that. So we're going to start with, let's see, what sort of a ship are we looking at? It's got to be lean and mean, so a narrow profile is important. I don't want my ship to look too big. That's not something that we want. It also has to look really nasty because it's a pirate ship. So these are all the considerations that ought to go through your head when you do something along these lines. So let's just go ahead and do something unconventional. We'll start with the ammo controller, which will lay there. Then we'll take the cargo extensions. Remember that cargo extensions have to connect to their controller. I'm gonna put that there. So that's enough ammo for like forever. There are about 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, 12, 14 extensions there. I think that should be more than enough. Then we're going to take the core. I'm going to put the guns in later. I'm going to hide the core here. Now, I know this is carbon composite, but the reason I'm doing this way is so that the inner shell is a lot softer than the outer shell. The outer shell can be pretty tough. So we can make it in that sense. It'll be a lot more secure. Then I'm going to add... we're going to need the fuel tanks. We're going to need generators. This is not going to be meant for long flights. It's basically short flight, reconnoiter, destroy, and return sort of ship. So we're going to put that... Yeah, we're going to put some oxygen tanks here. Fuel tanks can go there. Yep, that should do. 2 fuel tanks. They ought to give us a decent fuel capacity, I think. 1,200. Okay, that's not much, but depending on how heavy or not our ship is, it's going to make a big difference. Okay, so we're going to put the generators. I'm assuming that we're not going to get our asses shot off here. So, for this purpose, I'm going to activate symmetry plane. Stick it over there. Yep, it gives us 2 generators. That should give us about 3 kilowatts. 3.60 kilowatts of power. Considering this doesn't require all that much, yeah, we should be fine. We can have a lot of thrusters, but I think we'll still be within the power generation capacity. What we need is fuel and endurance, for which we should be okay. Now, the shape of the craft is supremely important. Now, are we going to be front heavy or back heavy? I think we're going to be front heavy rather than back heavy. So, yeah, that's enough decoration back there. Now, the cool thing about module containers is, where are they? Yeah, these expansion containers. They got pretty decent hit points compared to even carbon composite and even steel and all of that. They got decent hit points. So if you look at this, it's got like 50 hit points in steel. And the carbon here has got 100 hit points. So the only thing better than cargo extensions is hardened steel. So you can actually go right ahead and keep it lightly armored because your cockpit is going to be well protected, so don't worry about it. We don't need generators. What we need is fuel. Thank you. More and more fuel is good. Fuel generators we have, longer the endurance, and upgrading the ship becomes very easy later on as well. Okay. How do we want to place the guns? Now, as I said, this fighter is going to be front heavy. And we also want a low aiming arc. We got a whole bunch of stuff to place, mind you. RCS, no, we don't need these. Just trash these. We have RCS and a whole bunch of other things that we have to place. We gotta be a little careful about that, and also an O2 station in case we need to get out fuel. So you gotta be careful how we're gonna design this in terms of landing, in terms of all of that. We also have to cover this up, so that I'm gonna do. This rather nice cargo container here. We'll probably put in another oxygen. I just, yeah. I'll do that later. Okay. There we go. Done. I hope you guys are able to see this feed very well. I hope that is the case. Do let us know if you have any problems. Do comment if you like what we're doing, and thank you for your likes. Atik Rahman, Vikash Kaura, we enjoy your support very much. Please do leave your comments. Let us know what you think as we build. So this is basically the cockpit. Now that that's done, we can actually lay the front. The front is not going to be cargo boxes. It's going to be it's going to be hardened steel because that would protect the cockpit, which is a very desirable thing if you wish to live. No, something small. See what we can do here. Yeah, that's what I want anyway. I want that area to be completely locked in. Now we can't actually block this part, otherwise we will be unable to see properly. So that's not what you want, ideally. Okay, next we're going to switch to steel blocks because, well, this portion. It's okay. But then we're going to switch to steel blocks because we're going to need some protection. The Gatling turrets as they stick to their position there. So we're going to set this here. There you go. Now, do I want... How many of these can I stick here? 6. Now, depending entirely on what kind of a look I'm planning to go for, I could put all 4 here. I could put 2 down there. Now, that's a completely personal taste. Now, I'm going for the bottom-up look, so it'll be front heavy, backlight, and a little bit heavy on the bottom side as well. So that's the idea. Do let us know if you want us to design it in a particular way. Just leave a comment and tell us what you feel like. We would love to adjust on the fly. Let's see. Okay, you know what? We're gonna put in one more oxy because why the hell not? That should be enough. That should be enough cargo extensions as well. It's back. I think we have enough fuel, enough generators. We're all good. Let's clean up. That allows us maximum flexibility. I'm not sure about the O2 station yet. That's why I'm not doing anything there. I love my breakfasts. I did. It's fabulous. Okay, let's just go ahead and set this up for weight purposes. Let's go ahead and do that. Alright. Do the same thing out here. And the bottom is going to be a little bit of steel. Because why not? And that brings a profile of what we're going to build to 4. So now we're going to dump in an RCS because our ship has to be able to turn even a little bit in life and in death. Turning is very important if you want to survive. That over there. I think that's enough. That should give us a decent amount of turn. Yeah, fine. Depending on how we overload it now, we'll have to add more or less. Let's see how that works. Yeah, let's go to the front. I do want this to be front heavy. Yep, that will do. Now the question is, do I want to put them in the same line or do I want to put them in another way? Do I want to put them on the same level, on a different level? What am I looking for? Yeah, something outright menacing. Be cool. Yeah, let's do that. That also allows us the opportunity to make it front heavy as we require it. I'm going to go ahead and insert an RCS module here so we can put in some hardened steel protection. You also need lights. Should do the job. Yeah, I think that should do. Yes. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and start wrapping this up. It's going to be interesting how we can engage the balance between sorry about that, excuse me. So how we can achieve a balance between the weight as well as the strength of the ship without the benefit of a high level shield generator. We are actually going to take quite a bit of damage. So we gotta keep that in mind while we design this. Okay. Go with you. We're using hardened steel blocks, which give us a lot of hit points. And we want it to look menacing, remember that. The whole point of this is that the ship has to look menacing. If it doesn't look menacing, why are we doing this? Do this there. Now, straight away, I'm not going to recommend the ship for PvP, okay? Like versus players. The whole point is to play as a hard pilot start and then use this to survive, to get yourself to a good place where you can spawn some solid PvP ships. I would not recommend using this against another player. It's probably not going to go well for anybody. Yep, I'll do just fine. I am death. Yeah, that is cool. Okay, we're gonna have a line of steel blocks on this side. Yeah, we have enough spotlights, we don't need those anymore. Be efficient. Get rid of stuff as and when you don't need it, so you don't have to worry about putting more and more later on. When the thrusters in, don't worry about spacing. We're gonna need these. Probably not gonna need our skills, but I'm not gonna just dismiss it right away. Now, are we looking for slanted wings? What are we looking for, guys? Very important to know what sort of design we're looking for. Yeah, I think this will go in the front. And this, yeah, this can probably go here. Now some fat wings at the back. I did say fat wings, didn't I? I'm really not gonna get it here. We'll get it with these. Anyway, that's something we'll see later. Yeah. Yeah, I like that one. I like that much better. Gives us a slight curvy appearance, although not perfectly curvy, which is great. Yeah, I do want some solid armor to protect everything. And then the question is, how solid do we want it to be, and how pretty do we want it to be? I like that. I really like that. Very cool. Very, very cool. Oh yeah. Yeah, that solves a lot of our issues right there. Very nice. Very nice, like a gunship. How's the view from there? Probably pretty good. Yeah. Oh, this is cool. It's almost like a flying tank, isn't it? Yes, we'll go with that. Now the question is, how am I supposed to bridge this gap? No. Probably use one of these. Nope. Narrow thin strip. No, man. We could do that, but do we have any other kind of thin strips that these guys allow us to use? We do have this one, don't we? Oh yeah. I think we should be able to get a decent effect using this. Huh. Let's try that. Oh, pretty. Very cool. Now we do need it to land in one piece, so I don't think we can do much about the front. I wanted to see if I can bend that front just a little bit more. What do we have in terms of bendy business? Hold on, I don't need it like this, I need it like this. Nah, it's too sharp. I mean, it's too smooth in this case, it's got no sharpness to it. Eh. The hunt for parts. Ooh, ooh, ooh. The hunt for parts. Okay, what are you telling me? So we can actually put this... No, man. No. No. Just... No. No, I'm not going to do that. Yeah, but these are all inner curves, right? So you got the surface and the block is curving, but it's inside. It's not an outside curve, which is what creates the problem. See, this is a straight up outside curve. The issue is it too smooth? I think yes. I think the curve is just too smooth. Way too smooth. No, 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 no. Okay, I think I'm okay with what we have right here. I'm not gonna mess with this. Now we got to put in some more combat. Before that, we're gonna fill the insides. Do we have anything else? We can't put thrusters like that because with the next patch that's coming into Empyrion soon, thrusters have to be open. You can't have closed up thrusters, you need open thrusters. So I am not sure I want to put anything like front thrusters in this place. I think it's going to have all of that at the back, not in the front. It's going to be dangerous to do it that way. So, I'm going to do this. Yeah, we're going to line this entire undercarriage with simple carbon... Wait, did I just use carbon composite? No, 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 no. Sorry, I meant steel. I'll line the bottom with steel. Right, and then we'll add the hardened steel later on. They'll give us an element of something. We can't, I don't see it, guys. I don't see how we're going to put that oxygen station in here without compromising integrity. No way. Do this. Now, this design style is good for single-player games, and it's great when you have a lot of server restrictions on what you can and cannot build. It gives you simple, doable, protectable, viable designs you can use. This has gone from being a spaceship to a tank, but it'll look fine with the wings and stuff. Yeah, we also have to protect the outsides over here. Okay, let's do the insides first. You put carbon composite in that area. Now that we have done so much, it's important to go into your statistics mode and look at exactly what you need to pull this off. There's no point in a design that's supposed to be simple but requires you to literally murder yourself 1,000 times to get the components needed to pull it off, right? There's no point to it. No, not that front. Use steel. Yeah, so now we're going to put some steel out here to protect the guns, and after that I'm going to add the wings. Now the question is, do I want the wings in, do I want a certain kind of wings? Do I want big ass wings like that? What am I looking for? Holy Jesus. Can I please have that rotated? Okay.